feel pretty confident. I mean, I won my first 3 games against Rogue, so I know my deck is good, and so now I'm playing against people who have, hopefully, at least one loss. So I should, cross your fingers, have a pretty easy game next time. Maybe even the time after that. One thing I have to note is there's definitely kind of a different feeling to your deck when you don't have any of a good legendaries in it. Most legendaries are not that good and are really annoying to play with, but if you do get a good one like I did last night, it definitely feels that way. Second Paladin, I believe this is a different one. His name is Analyze This. I don't remember. What was the name of the Paladin I just played? I can't remember if it was the same one. I feel like I would have remembered such a distinctive name. This hand's fine. So I'll keep it. And if he has 3 true silver champions, then I'm just going to shoot myself.
Well met.
Well met. Greetings. Alright, this is a pretty aggressive hand, so we'll just coin her up. I want to play this guy first because it's more total damage. And it's nice to have your power split up. So in case he plays a 2-drop, I can like trade my 1 guy and use my hero power or something like that. Alright, that's pretty good to see. Paladins have a very good hero ability, but it is sort of directly countered by the Mage's hero ability. So the question is, do I want to trade a Murloc and play a Sorcerer's Apprentice, or do I want to keep the Murloc and play Fire? Well, the thing is, this Sorcerer's Apprentice isn't getting played anytime soon, because assuming I have board control, I do actually want to play the Questing Adventurer on turn 3. So I might as well just play this down then. Make him afraid. Take out his dude and attack him. So next turn, if he just spends his whole turn making another recruit, I can kill it, and then play the Questing Adventurer, and then he's going to be in pretty tough shape. That is a good play. That's a very, very, very good play. So I have 2 equally unpalatable options here. One is to hit him twice and let him draw 2 cards. The other is to play Frostbolt, but then not get to play my Questing Adventurer. However, I believe it's worth it just to prevent him from drawing a card. So I will just do it that way and proceed to beat down. Now next turn I've got really good plays. So I missed my window for the Adventurer, but Defender of Argus is certainly a fine turn 4 play, as is the Dark Iron Dwarf, just depends on the circumstances. Really happy to see that. That is immaterial.
Bring me steel.
Really happy to see that. That is immaterial. Although this does get buffed to 3, so it means it trades with my guy. That's fine though. We're gonna do this anyway. It's good board control here. Let's play it like this. So one of these will die, the other will live, no matter what. Because whoever attacks this one dies. So clearly I want the weaker one to die. So we're gonna do this. And we're gonna do this. Alright. So this game is going completely differently, even though it's against a paladin. It's going completely differently now. Now I have really good plays. Next turn I can Questing Adventurer. And this is actually a pretty good time for the Ironbeak Owl. I think. And does it really get much better than that? Unfortunately, the Dark Iron Dwarf combat math doesn't quite work out, because it gives a +2, but then I don't have enough mana to use my hero ability, and I only deal 5 damage to it. I could Cone of Cold and play Questing Adventurer to stop it from attacking, get it down 1 health, and the next turn I can Dark Iron Dwarf. Another option is to play the Questing Adventurer and the Ironbeak Owl to silence it, hit him for 6. He can then kill whatever he... Well, no, he can then kill my Sorcerer's Apprentice here, which will put him down to 3, and then Ironbeak Owl plus hero ability will kill it. So I think that seems like actually the best play. Let's do this.
Give me a quest.
Let's do this. This is a bit of a risky play. I'm doing it because I'm gambling he's not going to have 2 things that I really need to silence anytime soon, and I'd like to get that 6 damage in. Mostly I'm putting this owl for board presence and extra 6 damage, and I'm gambling that if he plays something else that needs to be silenced, I will have enough time to draw my Polymorph, Flame Strike, or Fireball. Lots of removal in this deck still to be drawn. Right, he gets Divine Shield, which is a pretty good play. It means that he keeps his health. However, I now do have enough mana to Dark Iron Dwarf and kill that thing. Ooh, the Cult Master. That is enticing. Yeah, that's really enticing. I think I want the card draw here more than I want that thing to die. So we're going to play that. Nothing I can play for 2 mana, so there's no more ways to pump up my questing adventure. In fact, there's nothing to do. So let's go ahead and do the following. We will... Oh, it's actually kind of tricky. I could do this, and then this, and actually that. Aha, I think I like that the best.
Accepted.
Now, Paladins do have Consecration, which will actually kill my entire team. I think I'm okay with that, because that'd be almost all of his mana. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Really unfortunate. But yep, if he has it, he has it. He's not going to be able to do too much else on his turn. And I drew a card from the Cult Master and cleared out his board. So if he has it, he has it. If he doesn't have it, he's in pretty bad shape. Let's pass the turn. See if he has Consecration. Other option would have been to use the Dark Iron Dwarf to kill the Fent Creeper. Sort of just that's also a very good weapon, but it's not Consecration, and he clearly does not have Consecration, so I'm very happy. Now, is this Cult Master going to get to live? Ooh, he used one of the durability to finish off the adventure, and I get to draw a card from that? Wow, that's so good. So is this guy going to get to live? Divine Shield. Okay. Well, this is actually perfectly fine. I have so many options for dealing with this. I could just trade and draw a card. That's pretty good. I could pop the Divine Shield here. Don't have any taunt, but I do have... I can actually play Cone of Cold. It's an interesting proposition, but I'd rather wait for another creature. Well, if I kill these, I don't need to wait for more creatures, do I? I could silence this, and then charge into it. Draw a card, charge into that, draw a card. Yeah, it seems fine. Although, do I want to hang on to my silence for something bigger? Probably. Alright, we're going to go for the more conservative play. We're going to do this. This. And by the way, I don't mind that I'm trading a creature for his freebie because I'm drawing a card off of it. If I weren't drawing a card off of it, I probably wouldn't have played it that way. And we're going to do this. Keeping board control and dealing damage. Alright, there's Fireball. That's really good. It's really, really good because he doesn't know it, but he's dead on the board. If he doesn't play a Taunter, kill my Cult Master. Even if he does save himself, oh, that's 1 damage, and he's got weapon durability. No, weapon is not going to save him. Because he's still getting hit, so he's dead right now unless he life gains. There are some cards that will life gain, that however is not one of them. Alright, well played, sir.
Well played.
I mean, even without this Fireball, I have such a commanding lead. I'm at 30 health to 6 and way more cards, so I was going to be totally fine. But it was nice to win, and poor Analyze This doesn't know it, but I was like wreaking vengeance for that heartbreaking Paladin loss of the previous match. I was like, ha, take that, you Paladin scum. Let's click play really fast. Hope I can play that Paladin again, because that Paladin, I want to play him one more time. I am not done with him yet. So yeah, this has been a really great arena. All the wins have been pretty easy, except for the last one against the Rogue, where I forgot to play around Betrayal. Or wait, was the second one against the Rogue also difficult? I don't remember. I feel like I think I did okay against those Rogues. So yeah, I think this is a pretty strong deck. Myth, good name. All right, Druid. Well, it's not a Rogue and it's not a Paladin. I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, I'm going first. I don't want this, obviously, that's too expensive. I don't want this, because I can get better 3-drops. And this is a little bit expensive, too, so we're just going to go ahead and ship it all back. Let's see if we can get some early plays. Well, that's not an early play. This is not the greatest. So I have a really good turn 4 play and a good turn 5 play. But this Owl is really frustrating, because I don't want to play it on turn 2, of course. Now, this is fine. Basically, it's just a 3-2 that I'm planning to trade with whatever he plays. So I'm fine with that. That buys me some time. Alright, he's coining it up. What's going to be trading with my Wild Pyromancer? Pine-sized Summoner. It'd be really nice if I could... Oh my god. You know what? Yeah, this is worth it. That is extremely worth it. You need to do whatever is humanly in your power to stop a Pine-sized Summoner. There is nothing more valuable than killing that thing if it gets coined out on turn 1. So I am a little bit behind simply because he has a creature on the board and I don't. So the fact that he's a Druid really helped him here. At the same time, I do now get to play this guy. Little trade with the Pine-sized Summoner, stem the bleeding. And next turn I've got this, next turn I've got that, next turn I've got that. So I've got good plays. Unless he really starts to overrun me, the quality of my plays keeps up with the quality of most any plays somebody could be making in this situation. So it's pretty good. Log of Nature, alright. So it's a 2/6 now. It's not a particularly scary creature though. Innervate, alright, so he's spending a card to do more. Are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me. Okay. Well, at this point in the game, it's not as scary as it was on turn 1. Do I really want to fireball it on turn 4? I don't think so. I think I'm going so far behind spending turn 4 to my entire turn fireballing a 2/2 that I'd rather just deal with whatever he plays and hope that fireball is enough to take it out. Okay, now I'm definitely behind because what's going to happen now is he can kill this thing easily, and I'm just left with the 2/4. And that is pretty good, I suppose. Maybe I should have fireballed it. Now I need to like ping this shield off and then fireball it, which sort of sucks. Alright, so he's going to kill that thing, which is fine. Very smart play, by the way, because it makes me want to kill it, but then I'm not pinging off his shield. Cone of Cold would be pretty terrific here, and unfortunately I don't draw it. So, is it worth it to play down the Defender? And the Sorcerer still dies to this, but this guy becomes pretty beefy. I think I need to do that. I really do. Oh, nope, I can't actually play them both, because he makes spells cheaper. Oh, Jesus. Man alive. Well, this guy dies to that guy. And this thing is still around. Lordy, lordy, lordy. If I play this, all I can play is a Sorcerer's Apprentice, who just dies. Trades one of these.
What to do? What to do?
Alright, well, let's just actually kill a creature. And let's do that.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Can't attack because of the taunt. So I'm just gonna suffer being behind here. What I really need is a polymorph, because that I can use on this without having to ping the shield off. Although at this point, pinging off the shield and then fireballing is the same basic thing. Okay, I'm really behind against this druid, so I only got one easy game. As soon as I get up to 4-1, I get a hard game. He's set to win at the moment. I will need some really, really good luck in order to make it past. That's a very interesting play. I don't see why extra power matters unless he wants to kill this guy off. Or maybe he's just going super aggressive. No, he's killing my stuff. Okay, fair enough. This is a trade if he does it. No, he's hitting me and me, so that's very aggressive. Alright, well that... Alright, as far as top decks go, that was a pretty good one. This thing does still have taunt, and I'm about to go down in health. But, I'm 1 mana short. This guy would be so good to play. Well, let's just go ahead and ping the Sorcerer, so that if I have nothing better to do next turn, I can finish it off with my hero ability. Alright, now I'm going to go down 6, potentially 7 damage, so I'm going down to 9 health, which is very scary against druids. They do have direct burn spells. If he, however, takes the time to kill this guy, that will suggest that he doesn't have direct damage in his hand, which will be a good thing to see, because otherwise I lose the game. So that's fine. Now next turn I can actually play this guy and maybe stem some more of the bleeding, but if he does take me down to 9 health this turn, there's really nothing I can do to stop from losing because I don't have any life gain in this deck. Most players will not take such a risk though, and it's unlikely that he has like 9 points of burn in his hand, so I'm probably okay for at least the time being. Well, he obviously hasn't played anything on his turn yet, so let's see. Bite. Okay. Well, he can now kill this guy off if he wishes. But at least that's 4 mana that he didn't spend putting more stuff on the board, so I can't complain. Next turn, if this guy is still alive, I can Dark Iron Dwarf hero ability. I'm really happy to see that. That's really not that scary at all. I don't care about it in the slightest. So I'm guessing he's going to use his Pint Size here to finish off my guy. Yep, this is a very good player. He is making all of the right plays. Okay, did he run out of time? Was he supposed to attack with that guy? Alright, what I'm actually going to do this turn is clear the board. I feel like I got just enough of a breather here that it's worth it to just have a building turn. Do this. Now, could I have played the Sorcerer's Apprentice first? If so, then I erred. I would have had 5 mana left. Fireball would have cost 3. Oh my gosh, I messed up. Yep. I could have actually played this Sorcerer's Apprentice, and then the discount on the Fireball would have allowed me to keep it on the field. That could cost me the game, because since this is not out, I now don't have the Defender of Argus to be playable, so that's a bit of a problem. Alright, he is swinging at me, which I'm okay with. I'm also okay with the fact that I can kill this guy in this turn, so we're kind of... He's in top tech mode. I am not. I'm still in regular mode, I guess you could say. Now, the Defender of Argus does not help the Dragonlings survive, so I don't really know whether I should play him or not. Sorcerer's Apprentice and the Fire Blast would let me use up all my mana. Notice if I had made the correct play last turn of the Sorcerer's Apprentice, my turn this turn would be significantly better. As it is, I'm basically behind a turn, which is very, very bad. But I think I'm gonna hold the guy back. I mean, what I'm basically risking is that he draws a charger. You know what? Druids do have that charger. So even though this is basically robbing me of a 3/3 with taunt on the board, you can't let your past mistakes change your actions. You know, like, it would have been better to do this had the sorcerer been on the board, no question. But even though it's much worse the way it happened, it's still, I think, the best play. So don't stop yourself from making the best play just because you made a mistake earlier that would have made your good play even better. Okay, well that's really unfortunate, but on the plus side, it means he's not using the Starfall version of it. And this is fantastic because I can just trade with it and just utterly not care. So that means he didn't have any better plays. Alright, so the Sorcerer's Apprentice is still stuck in my hand, which is a shame. But I can load the board with creatures, and I don't even know how I did it, but I caught up. Actually, I do know how I did it. I top-decked that stupid Steel Divine Shields guy, and became a 6/6 for 3 and stole the Divine Shield. That actually was the thing that brought me back into this game. Without that, I'd probably be losing already. In fact, I still could lose. I do have some card advantage against him, and more board presence, but Druid can absolutely top-deck his way out of this situation. Alright, now did he use Starfall or Starfire? Oh, I can't remember. Starfall, yeah, he just did Starfall, so he didn't get to draw a card off of that. So my game plan is just to keep trading away his creatures. I don't want to let him keep anything on the board at all. I don't want to just flame strike this one thing, though. I will try to wait for a turn where he does more. Although, really, how good is Flame Strike when your opponent's in top deck mode? If he's only playing one creature at a time, I mean, Flame Strike is never that good. It might just be wise to use it, kill this thing for 7 mana, fine, but then deal, 10 damage to him, and call it a day. Hero ability? That's just for the life gain, I can only assume. Yeah. Interesting. So, I could trade the Worgen and kill it, but I'm going to go for the bigger play here. Yeah, I really don't see Flame Strike getting any better. I mean, as awesome, I think that was the best play. You know what? I could have played the Sorcerer's Apprentice again. Oops. Silly me, silly me. That was very unfortunate. So that's twice now where I've messed up and failed to use the Sorcerer's Apprentice. The good news is he's currently dead on the board, so I might not have to pay for my mistake, but let's see what he plays. That will not save his life in the slightest.
Ready, sir.
Oh, he's not dead because of hero ability, of course. His hero ability gives him the extra point of life that he needs. That does not save him, but he needs to do that, yeah. So I deal 8 plus 6 is 14, 15. He's just 1 point away from dying. Alright, yeah, let's just go ahead and be safe. Why not? Let's just freeze his team.
Farewell.
It really raises the requirements of, like, how good his next top deck is going to have to be. Let's also burn him to force him to have to use his hero ability. Although, with 10 mana, he'd have to use it anyway, but that was probably a mistake. Do you want to put more things on the board? With one card, what could he do, really? With all of his creatures frozen. I don't know what he could do with one card, to be perfectly honest. So I don't even see the reason to play anything. Let's just end the turn. By the way, I didn't say anything about this when I did it, but you'll notice I shot my own Worgen to make it enraged. This is something that I've seen people do when it's not correct to do it. You don't just always want to enrage your Worgen, because having it be 2 health makes it very vulnerable to being removed. But in that situation, it was definitely the right way to go, because I just needed to race my opponent down as fast as I could. Right, well, I beat a Druid. I got lucky in that game. I'll be the first to admit it. I also made some mistakes in that game. So that was a very good game. Actually, I want to wait a little bit, because his deck is better than mine, and I think he's a better player than I am, so I don't want to play him. Let's just give it 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay. So I don't want to play that guy again. He was good. I'm going to have to look over that game, but I'm fairly confident that I would have lost that game if I had not top decked my Erase a Divine Shield dude. Sesruk! Alright, I'm up against a third rogue. This is a different one.
You asked for it.
Thankfully, I am second, so I've got that going for me. Ah, boy. I need to play things against rogues, and Fireball is way too expensive. I want the Dark Iron Dwarf to buff something up and do a good trade. Because as rogues, you just need to hang on. Oh no, oh my gosh, that was not a good mulligan. Alright, well, at least these cards that I don't want are now in my hand, and hopefully I'll draw better ones? Question mark? Alright. Oh, Lord! Okay, this is a bad start for sure. This isn't even like a good curve for late game. It's like, well, I guess on turn 6 is where it starts to get good. That's very bad. Alright, that is quite unfortunate, because it's going to start dealing damage to me, and every point of damage counts. I cannot believe how bad of a draw I'm getting. That's sad. I mean, you've seen my curve. It's like everything is at 3 or 4, and unfortunately, I'm in real trouble here. What I really hope is he plays another creature so I can at least Cone of Cold and stem the bleeding. That is what I would really need to see here. Otherwise, I'm going to take so much damage from this thing that it's going to be difficult for me to catch back up. I still have no creature to play on turn 3. Oh man, what a bad draw. That's a shame. I mean, over your lifetime playing Hearthstone, you will just sometimes get those bad draws. Nothing you can do. I'm probably going to lose this game. Even Rogue Schmoga doesn't even matter. It's just the fact that I had such a terrible draw. So let's see, is there any way to salvage this? Well, I could coin into Spellbreaker and turn off the spell power, which might matter. Spellbreaker will trade with either one of these, which isn't super great. If I don't coin now, I don't have anything good to coin next turn.
What to do?
But
What to do?
see, I could Sorcerer's Apprentice, coin, then Cone of Cold. Okay, that's actually better. Let's do that. Feels like the weakest play ever, but I just need to hang in there. The reason I'm doing this is I want to stop as much damage as I can early on and give myself enough time to catch up. Now, the Rogue has only like 15,000 different ways to kill this Sorcerer's Apprentice, but if by some miracle it does not die, I will trade it up into the Dalaran Mage. Alright, it died. So that was like 15,000 and number 1 that, you know, the Rogue could take care of my Sorcerer's Apprentice. Alright, man. This is no good at all. If I played the Naked Adventurer, he just straight up dies, so that's no good. I hate doing this, but I feel like I'd rather waste this than waste the Dark Iron Dwarf? Question mark? Or maybe I would rather waste the Dark Iron Dwarf. No, because I have to give the attack to something, and I would just... Oh man, that's so bad. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. This is extremely poor. So this Fairy Dragon can trade into it. He still has the same number of cards as I do and a creature on the board. Granted, it's not a huge creature, and we're almost up to turn 6 where I can actually play this thing. But I pretty much have to get a card I can play on turn... or on 2 mana, so I can Questing Adventurer and play it. Let's buff him up. That's not it. Now, this is a card you don't want rogues to be able to have. And I actually respect it so much that I'm going to play with it. I just really think that if I let him have a single turn with that card, he will run away with the game. And reduce my odds of winning this game from very small to 0. Now, I'm still in really bad shape. I'm already down to like 20 life. That's bad. And he has the whole turn and 6 mana and all the cards in the world. That's actually really not the scariest thing he could be playing. Cold Blood, that is extremely scary, however, and I have no removal at the moment, so that's a shame. Okay. Oh, boy. This is a little bit scary. Let's attack me with the sheep. That is not saving me here. He's about to do 10 damage to me, which is fantastic. I have nothing with charge. If I faceless manipulate this bear, the bear can just suicide itself. Yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna lose this game. Do I lose right now? Was it 6 plus 10, 12? I'm going down to 4 health with no life gain against a rogue. Man, what a frustrating game. My deck just didn't give me a chance here. Okay. Is there any conceivable way that I could possibly win? I have to consider that. I mean, if I do faceless bear trade, I'm only taking 9 damage. I guess that stems the most bleeding. That is just like the worst play in the universe, though. Alright, so he's doing that. He's in full control here. That doesn't help things. A Flame Strike would let me survive for a few more turns. Actually, no, because this guy would just have its Divine Shield popped. Yep, alright. Let's see. I have no taunt, no damage. He's got 6, 9, 10. Yep. It's time to concede.
Well played.
Oh, that was really frustrating. That rogue had a pretty good deck and a pretty good draw, but I feel like if I had a normal draw with my deck, I could have beaten him. So, it was a little bit sad to lose a game to bad luck. But, hey, you know what? Made it to 5 wins in the arena. That's pretty good. Let me wait a good little bit so I don't play that rogue again. So, going up to 5 wins when 4 of your 7 matches were against rogues, I feel like is pretty solid. So notice here, look how nice my curve is, but just didn't have anything to play, and that definitely cost me. What's interesting is my opponent didn't like play anything spectacular. He played like a 3-2, a 2-4, a 3-3. And he just won the game because I wasn't putting stuff on the board. Are you kidding me? And it's the same one! Why? Oh, why?
You asked.
I even waited for a little bit. Oh, Lord on a pony. And my hand is total trash. Well, I know he's got a 3-drop with Divine Shield, so whatever. We'll go for the gold, go for the glory here, and see if we can get super lucky. This is not a super great hand, but at least I can kill some stuff that he might play with Frostbolt. And he's going second. That is so bad. Oh my god, that's so bad! Why did I get this guy again? Poor Hearthstone. My deck seems to have gone into suck mode here. Oh, here it comes. Well, that's fine. I will take it, sir. I will take it. Seriously? Seriously? Okay. We're gonna do this in case he plays something else on turn 2 that I need to Frostbolt. I'm expecting him to do that because otherwise he wouldn't have coined this out. Oh, he just coined that out in the name of Ultra Aggression. Well, the good news is his turn 2 play was unimpressive, so I waste my 3rd turn, and so he has the huge initiative, but at the very least I'm not falling terribly behind. Alright, so again my deck spews up all these high-cost cards and none of my 2-drops, but at least his draw seems to have been a little bit slower. That's actually something I'm okay with seeing, because I have a really good answer to it in the form of Spellbreaker. Now, do I want to use the Spellbreaker, or do I want to play this guy first? This will trade into my Gnomish Inventor if he uses his Dagger, but then he's using 2 of his mana. This will also trade, and he doesn't have to use mana to his Dagger, but then he doesn't get another guy popping back up. I think I'd like to just...
Your magic shall not.
Yeah, I'm just going to do that, because if he has something that needs to be silenced, then so be it. I'm willing to lose, but I feel like it's really, really important not to let him put any more stuff on the board. Alright, so he's going to... Shiv. Oh, I hate that card. He's going to Shiv me. Draw a card. That thing I'm not too scared of, thankfully. I really wish I had a 2-mana creature to play so that I could kill this and play it. But instead, well, let's see. I could do this. It dies to the Worgen plus Dagger. but at least it makes him spend his dagger. I could also Frostbolt and kill it that way.
What to do?
And then all I can do is
What to do?
use hero ability. Would be nice if I could Worgen and Frostbolt, but that's 6 mana. Well, let's think about this. If I do play the Inventor and I draw a card, it makes it more likely that I'll draw some answer that I really need. So I'm going to actually do it this way.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
You can attack into me, dagger up, but that's okay, because then he's not attacking me in the face, and I can play a Taunter next turn to hold off things. Actually, well, I don't really want to play a Taunter. I'd like to kill this guy. You know what? I totally blanked on the fact that this guy would get to attack twice. If I'd remembered that, I would not have let it do it. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and do this. Stop that nonsense. And we're going to do this. So I am playing very reactively, which is not how this deck wants to play. But we're equal on cards. He's got the initiative, which is very strong, especially considering he went second. But I do have a lot of answers, so I'm just trying to hang on. I mean, my life total's not too bad just yet. Alright, well that was about as perfect gets, because this guy, man, this guy has been a beast for me in this arena, I've got to say. So, do I want to kill this thing, or do I want to play my Worgen? Because I can't do both. I think I actually want to kill that thing. Worgen dies to this Fairy Dragon anyway. So now he's got a pretty difficult choice to make. I mean, he can keep racing me, but I'm at a high enough life total that he's probably going to need to deal with this. Silence is a good answer, Assassinate's a good answer, Sap is a good answer. Yeah, rogues have like a billion ways to answer this. That, if he uses this and this to kill it, I will be really happy, because rogues have an infinitude of better ways to deal with the 6/6. And that is not a very scary turn 7 play. Well, I'm really happy. That turned out alright. I am almost back in this game. Let's just keep it a little bit conservative here. Let's play my Taunter. My opponent does not have he did not have Assassinate last turn, or else he clearly would have used it on my 6/6. So he had 2 chances to get it, one from the Gnomish Inventor and one from whatever he's going to top deck next turn, but 2 out of, 18. The odds are with me that he did not pick up an Assassinate. Eviscerate would have also killed my guy, so I can count on him not having had that. And I'm pretty happy that he's using one of these durabilities to attack my guy, because again, every point of damage against Rogue is good. Alright, so that's a little bit unfortunate. And I don't have any more taunt. But I think I'm still okay if I drop something that's big enough that he's really afraid of it. So let's definitely kill this. I really can't see myself not killing that. I could use Frostbolt actually to kill that. That leaves me with 4 mana. And then I could play the Cult Master, which is a quote-unquote mistake. But what I'm basically doing is just baiting his use of the Assassin's Blade on anything other than me. If I don't put down a scary enough threat, he's just gonna hit me with that blade. I don't really want to let this live. So yeah, we're gonna kill it. And with 4 mana, I mean, you could argue it's not a good play, definitely, because what is he going to do to me? I mean, he could deal a maximum of 12 damage with that Assassin's Blade. I guess that's actually puts me down to 8. That's definitely within scary range. I could also do this. He'd have to pump up his dagger to kill this. And I don't have anything on the. It's going to be a while before I can actually put this on the board and have any of my own creatures to buff. So I'm going to do this. This will make it look like I'm desperate. And hopefully he'll use his dagger. Oh my god, did he actually just play Sprint? Well, that's probably the game. Yeah, that's the game. There's no way I can come back from... Well, there is. I mean, I have a lot of cards, I suppose. But with the Assassin's Blade in hand and me knowing that I have no oozes in my deck, there's no way I can come back. Alright, so that's pretty good. It's a pretty big draw. Unfortunately, I cannot play it and my Ogre at the same time. It's just a little bit too much mana. But let's put the scariest threats on the board that we possibly can. Of course, making sure to play the Ventrico Mercenary second. So we're going to do that. Now, interestingly, 11... plus 6, 17, 18 damage. He will lose if he does not kill one of my creatures. Oh, that's a really good combo. Wow, so he, with 2 1-mana cards, killed my Ventrico. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. But at the least, he has little enough durability left on that blade that... Wow, so he could kill a 7/6 and a 4/6 and still have enough mana to play that. Rogues! Okay. Let's actually play this guy because, I mean, it's a risk, but if you think about it, 7 damage, 6 damage, 7 damage, I'll win. It's very, very risky because I'm foregoing putting down something better. Will Betrayal kill that thing? No, it won't. Betrayal plus Blade Flurry will kill it. Will kill my assassin. Do I want to take the risk that he has that card? Is that basically... We'll see. He's going to do 4/6... What is this? Still the Assassin's Blade? 4/6...
What to do?
10 damage. I don't think he can burn me down for 10. What can he play that would stop it? Well, and anything with Taunt. Okay, so we are going to put this down. I'm going to risk that he has Blade Flurry plus Betrayal. Because if he does have that, that will be most of his... That will be half his mana. And it's a pretty unlikely combination of cards. Alright, there's a Taunter, which will not actually save him, comically enough, because I have enough to Fireball, Hero ability. Okay, no, now he is saved. Okay, because I can't kill this now. Alright, so he's basically getting to the point where he can just kill me in one fell swoop. And this Taunter, this stupid little Taunter, is going to save him the day. Oh, what a frustrating game. Alright, so let's take a look at things here. He has currently 4, 6, 9, 11, 13, 17 damage on the board. So I cannot afford to... Yeah, I can't afford to risk it. And that Taunter is saving him the day. I can Fireball it, of course, but I don't have enough damage to kill him. So he has managed to survive. What it means we have to do is kill off his biggest stuff. That deals a lot of damage. This deals the next most amount of damage. As much as that hurts, it is totally worth doing. Now, where am I at here? So now he can do 4, 8, 10 damage. With 8 hit points, I feel a little bit more comfortable. So I don't necessarily want to reveal this guy just yet. I will be happy to play these.
Just me and Mr. Whitey.
Alright, so the question is, do I attack him? Do I attack one of his guys? Or do I not attack? Well, right now I've got 7 plus 4 is 11, which is actually not enough damage to kill him. So actually, I'm still quite a ways away because of that one stupid, terrible Taunter. So what we're going to do is this. He can, in fact, very easily kill my big guy now. But at least I'm not losing the game. He's only got 1 more durability on this weapon. He's at such low health, he really shouldn't be attacking my creatures.
I've got the beast in my...
Oh my god. That was such a good answer. Alright. Well, okay. So the good news is, at the very least, that it's not over yet. So that's something, I suppose. This Assassin's Blade has been such a good card. But then again, my thing that stole the Divine Shield was a good card. This, I'm not that scared of. It's just not that much damage. Backstab is always frustrating. But at least he has, you know, spent his load, as it were. He's just got 1 more card. He's using the last durability. I'm far from being able to die. He can only do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage, which I'm okay with. Alright, so I could play this, and use my hero power to kill a Dragonling, or I could play this. This puts a little bit more damage on the board, but I think it's important to try to hold things off if I can.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Oh my gosh, that one Taunter. That one Taunter might be the reason that I fall out of this arena. Alright, but still, we've got equal cards. He has the initiative. That is fine. He doesn't steal anything, so I'm pretty happy about that. Not the best top deck for him. Certainly nowhere near as good as this stupid thing. Ugh. Cold Blood. He thankfully can't kill me. I really hope he just trades. That signals that he doesn't have the capacity to kill me. Good. So the fact that he just traded essentially means he 2-for-1'd against my creature. And that means that he does not feel confident in his ability to kill me. Alright, he actually hit my guy taking some damage, which is a ballsy play for sure. And I'm still at a good enough life total. Alright, let's put the Pyromancer down. Panther down. Now, I can play the Cult Master or use Fire. The Cult Master puts 4 damage on the board, so 4, 8, 11, 12. So this would force him to start trading. Most likely he would do the Mind Control tech first. Alternatively, I could do this. Yeah, I'm going to actually play this down. I think this Imp is not as big of a deal as threatening him with the game and forcing him to trade. Now, we're in top deck mode, so if this is a good card, he's way ahead. If this is a bad card, I'm ahead, because then I will basically have the initiative in the top decking fight that ensues. Alright, so he chose to trade his Imp Master for the Cult Master. That's okay. This is a bit hard for me to deal with, but I can kill the boar. I've got a Pyromancer and a Panther, so I can hold on, basically. But the Rogue Weapon power, it's worth noting, deals more damage per round than the Mage power. On average, a Rogue will deal 1.5 damage. Alright. Questing Adventurer, not very good right now. Yeah, we're gonna trade. We're gonna kill the boar. We're gonna play this.
Give me a quest.
So if he wants to use his dagger to kill it, then he's taking some damage, and that's damage that's not going on me. He's a good player. He might be afraid of me having a Pyroblast, so he might not want to do that. That's just fine. Now, he probably will kill the Adventurer in order to stop this guy from being traded off. Yep. There he goes. This is a pretty good answer to what he has on the board. He can, of course, dagger up and kill it, but then my Mage ability will be able to finish this guy off. Fun fact is he's running out of cards, so if the remaining cards just aren't enough to kill me, he will lose. He's drawn way more cards than I have because of that sprint and because of Shiv and all this other stuff. So he's going to continue taking damage. That's the correct play, by the way. I mean, I'm going to hit him anyway, so he might as well hit it. That is very unfortunate, but thankfully at least he didn't get the combo for it. So we're going to... Do I want to play this as a copy of that? No. We're going to kill this, and we're going to play this. It's at least immune to the Rogue Dagger, and I don't mind trading because I have more life than he does. There's just 2 cards left in his deck. Oh my god, this is so bad. I cannot believe how bad this is right now. Alright, I'm really glad. So he's got 2 cards left in his deck. So what he's going for here is to try to race me down. Since I do have to spend a turn fighting past this, oh, this is actually really funny.
Hey, lights out.
Am I thinking this correctly? Yeah, I think I am. So I'm gonna attack into it. Gonna play the Panda to bring my guy back. And now it's going to combo. Oh, that's so good. Whew. I think if I had not seen that play, I would have lost this game. Okay, now he's dead on the board. I will kill this with my hero ability, and it's lethal damage here. I don't want to say well played prematurely. There are things that will let him stay in the game. I don't think any single rogue card will deal 7 damage. Oh my gosh. I won!
Well played.
Whew. So he drew 6 more cards than I did that game, but I pulled it out. So that faceless manipulator turned out to be the clutch play. If I had held it back, I think he could have raced me down. Oh, man alive, that was scary. Well, Spyrus, or whatever your name is, I'm honored to have been able to take a win from you. I'm here at this very scary juncture where I'm at 6-2. Let me wait even more than a few seconds because I really don't want to play that rogue again. His deck is so good and he's a strong player. So let's just wait a little bit. Okay, let's click play. So I've played rogues, what, 5 rounds? 5 rounds in this arena? Alright. You know what, even if I lose, I can't be mad. Because going 6 wins when 5 of your 9 games were against rogues is an achievement in my book. Of course, I would love to get to 7 wins. This is my first time playing Mage, so I would love to have a 100% profit record while piloting a Mage. My deck's been spitting out some bad draws in the last few games, but in the second game where I had the bad draw, I was able to climb out of it. So hopefully we'll get a good draw and a good opponent. Houdini! You know, Rogue would have actually been a pretty appropriate name for someone named Houdini. Shamans I have a lot of respect for. They're very strong. I'm going second, which is good because I'm going to be mulliganing like crazy. So, I don't want this or this right now. Don't want to keep this guy around. The problem is, as it stands, I obviously don't want to put my Raging Worgen back in my hand. But if something comes up and I can't play this on turn 3, this would be a really great 4-drop. So I'm going to actually do this. Mulligan away 2 of my cards. Alright, that's a pretty strong play. On turn 2. I don't think I'm going to coin it out, though. That doesn't quite seem worth it. Alright, no turn 1 play for him. Alright, there's no benefit to coining that Sorcerer's Apprentice out. I'm not that keen on, like, you know, hitting his totems and whatever. Alright, Novice Engineer, fairly tame opener. Yeah, this is good. This is a good start. So, I'll play my Apprentice. This is likely to bait removal from him if he has it, which I am fine with, because I don't actually care about it that much. Frost Shock. Ah. So he 2 for 1. He played... Well, this gave him back a card, but I mean he basically spent 2 cards to kill it because he had such respect for that Apprentice. Alright, well this is a very comfortable opener. I can actually coin into Brewmaster, which is an intriguing possibility. I mean, it puts a giant on the board. Very little that you can do for 4 mana that will handle it. On the other hand, what he's probably going to be doing next turn is just attacking this healing totem, because obviously don't want that sitting around. Now this is good for killing totems, but then I can't play this on the next turn. But then I can play the Cult Master, so I'm going to save the coin. This is also a pretty scary thing for him to deal with. He probably thinks I'm going to enrage my Cult Master with my hero ability and take out the totem and him, but I really don't have any interest in doing that. I'm much more hoping that he plays a creature I can trade with and I can play Cult Master. Hexing it. Well, he has a lot of respect for my guy. That's fine. How much does this frog cost? 0. Perfect. Okay. Well, in that case, I don't see any reason to coin, so I'm just going to play this guy.
I'll put it on your tab.
Do that. And at the moment, there's no particular reason for me to put this frog on the board. I'm going to save it in case I get the Questing Adventurer. You know, or have some other reason for it to be there. Let's say like I desperately need a Taunter. Then I'll put it back down. But there's no particular reason for me to put it back down, so I'm not going to. This is a very, very, very good play because it trades with my guy. So, very good play on his part. Frostbolt is not worth using. What I'm going to do is play this. I think this is a good time to spend the coin. Because, I mean, this is such a huge play. And, oh yeah, now's a good time to put the frog back down. Ha! Yeah, this is a good use of the frog. So, stops his Panther from trading with my Brewmaster. And allows me to start really bringing on some heavy hurt here. So, it is turn 6 for him, but at the same time, he, Oh, that's a very good answer. It only uses 2 mana and allows him to kill everything I have. Or kills one of the things I have, anyway. Really? Wow, that's pretty solid. Okay, that's unfortunate. It's very, very... Okay, well, good double Flame Tongue there. What am I doing with this guy? Well, I could Frostbolt one of these totems, which would make this have 0 damage. Then I could kill it. Yep. That's good. It's good use of Frostbolt, I think. So now this is impotent. I can kill it. Now that's impotent. I can kill that. Okay, so the situation here is I have some card advantage on him. I also have a really big play. I have board advantage on him, and I have an answer. So he's going to have to play 2 amazing cards to break out of this. This is okay. It trades with my guy. That's okay. So definitely not a super great turn for him. Oh, this is interesting. So what I can do now is actually survive in the trade against the Yeti if I were to play that. Other option is to just fireball this Yeti down. Other option is to play Cult Master and trade and use that opportunity to draw a card. Yet other option is to play the Ravenholt Assassin. Wow, lots of options here, which makes it very tricky to decide. Polymorphing this is interesting because it stops him from getting stuff on the board, but on the other hand, I'm not actually that scared. So, let's see, if I do the taunt plan, he'll have 1 health, he'll trade the golem into it, get another golem back out. Hard to say what's better here. Alright, I'm gonna draw a card. This is a good creature, they're both 4 drops, so I feel like that's okay. Alright, to get some spell power, can't complain about that. So now this golem will probably trade into my Cult Master. I'm okay with that though. I've got a thing that can kill his totems now. And the spell power could come in handy, although I haven't done any damage to him, so I'm very far from being able to actually burn him down. Alright, that is a great target for Fireball. Don't see any reason to polymorph, really, because I'm so far away from killing him with direct damage, it's sort of pointless. Flame Strike is a... that's interesting. I could hero ability flame... No, I'll just save Flame Strike for later. This is such a perfect answer. And allows me to play other things on my turn. Now, I actually messed up here. I should have played this guy first. Or am I even going to play him? Maybe I want to kill this thing. Yeah, I'm just going to accept that I messed up and I should have played this first. Alright, that wasn't going to change it. So I am going to go ahead and kill this thing. Well, I got the chance. This guy survives Forked Lightning, which is nice. They both survive Lightning Storm unless he pops a Spell Power Totem. Fire Elemental, well, that's a good card. Taunter Totem. Okay. I just accept the fact that he has used up both of my answers, as it were.
Hey, give me a minute.
Let's kill the Taunter Totem. Let's play the Ventrico Mercenary.
You gotta be kidding me!
So again, I'm very, very dominating on the board, equal on cards, still have Flame Strike to handle his stuff. With the hero power, I can deal 5 damage to something if need be. Alright, that's a pretty good creature. Oh, that's good. Okay, now I'm definitely Flame Striking. I'm killing 2 creatures with that. This is not really, this stuff doesn't really count. These totems and the sheep doesn't really count. But that's still a really good Flame Strike situation. Well, or is it? Or is it? Yeah, it is. I can't play another creature, unfortunately, but what the creatures I do have are so good, I don't even care. Attack. Attack. So dealing 10 damage a turn, pretty solid. And even with the higher costs, this is a really good play, and this is a really good play. And I don't mind just playing 1 a turn, because when you have a 7/6 on the board, you really don't get to complain about the fact that you can't play more creatures. Another Fire Elemental. Alright. Well, I think this is a good time to trade this guy in. He's done his job, I think. Now we can play stuff. I think that makes the most sense to do this. And actually, I need to think about that, because I can kill it with this and hero power. But you know what? No, let's just trade. I think that getting this on the board is worth it. It's just so much damage. And then I have the Defender and the Lord of the Arena to follow up. I mean, it's just so good what I have on the board right now. Tiger's pretty good. That'll trade with this dude. He loves flipping taunt totems, which I cannot fault him for. So we're definitely going to kill this. Do you want to play Questing Adventure? Well, I can play, let's see what, I'll have 6 mana afterwards, so I can play 1 thing after it, so it's a 3/3. Jungle Panther could kill it, but then again he can't kill it and this, and if he leaves the Adventurer alive, then I can play 2 more things on the next turn, and then have a really good turn. So I'm okay with this trade happening here. Of course, I could just play a Taunter, that's a much safer play. I'd much rather trade the Taunt. Yeah, let's just do that. I think that's totally fine. So I can actually play the Questing Adventure and the Taunt.
Give me a quest.
I think that's what I'll do. So it's a 3/3, but the Tiger can't attack it just yet. He'd have to silence my guy. I'm in a very commanding position here. These 2 cards would need to be really amazing. Alright, so he spends 4 mana for the opportunity to get an amazing card. He really needs something amazing to win. This is encouraging. It means he doesn't have anything that's worth playing. Forked Lightning, I don't care about. Everything survives that. And he's overloaded, not that, that's likely to matter. Alright, a concession! Woo! Alright, so we made it up to 7 wins with the Mage. This is, I believe, not the first time that I've been at 6-2 and made it to 7-2, but hey, I am happy to do it. So I'm gonna click the play button fast. I think I can beat that Shaman more often than not. That was a very, very... I mean, it was tense for a little while in that game, but I feel like that was a pretty compelling victory in the end. Well, that's great. So I'm gonna actually crest above 1,000 gold after this arena performance. Pretty happy about that. And let's see who I get. Edward. I don't know if it's better or worse that he has a really common name and that he spelled it funny. Okay. Well, this is fine, honestly. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, and yeah, it's great. Compared to some of the other draws I've been having, I'm perfectly happy with that. Now, when you see a priest this late in the arena, you've got to assume he's got Shadow Form, or the Achinai Soul Priest, which I think are 2 cards that the priest doesn't need, but really strongly benefits from if he's trying to get far in the arena. Alright, that's a pretty good play. This is why, by the way, I like this card. Perfect illustration. I can't target it and kill it. And I'm actually going to let him trade. He does get the advantage, trading his 1-drop for my 2-drop. I'm alright with that, though. Because I'm never going to kill this thing anyway with my hero power, and I do have things to play on turn 3. Alright, so he's coining it out. Hopefully it's something that has 3 toughness so that I can kill it. It does. Perfect. I am tempted, of course, to silence it to stop him from drawing a card, but that's not worth it. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Let's just trade off like this. Could have, of course, Frostbolted it. I'd rather keep, however, the more flexible removal on hand. So he's ahead, because of the cards he's drawn and because he went second. So here what he's doing is he's basically baiting me into using my hero power instead of doing something more valuable, and it's working, because I really can't play this Ironbeak Owl. Notice how much it sucks. If I play the Gnomish Inventor and draw a card, he can deal damage and get this guy off the board. And I think that's actually better. I think it's better to put the thing on the board and get my card than it is to just leave nothing on the board and clear out his thing. Because I still have a 2-2 after he makes the trade, and I'm okay with it. No, it's not, you know, ideal by any means, but I think it's better than leaving the board empty. Look how many things I have that I need to play for 4 mana. He went after me instead, so he's really playing the tempo game here, trying to convince me not to, or trying to convince me to use the hero power to kill that thing. Now what I could do here is play the Cult Master and draw a card off of it doing this trade. Unfortunately, then I can't actually finish off the Yeti, so I don't really want to do that. If I play this, the Yeti can kill whatever he wants to, really. But that's okay, I think, because what I can do next turn is Cult Master, trade, draw cards, hero power. Firebalding the Yeti is also an option. Now, frosting it and then trading doesn't seem as good. What to do indeed. Yeah, let's fireball this thing. I might regret it. I really might regret it. But I have a silence on hand.
Hey, give me a minute.
So, and more removal still to draw. Not to mention this Frostbolt. So I'm willing to spend the Fireball to kill a really good creature. Now I hit him instead of trading because I really thought he was going to trade into me. That proved to be an error because now he just and got all of his health back. Alright, well, not the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination. I can play this and this, which I am more than happy with. Alright, so what's the situation? Well, we're equal on cards. I have a little bit more board presence, and it's his turn. He is ahead of me on health, but I consider that immaterial at this point, especially against a priest. Because the priest's hero ability does not deal damage. Now that makes that guy a little bit more problematic. Makes it actually very difficult for me to trade it off. Because I can only deal... Oh no, I can only deal 2, 4... Oh, Frostbolt will finish it. Of course, then there's this guy. This guy's actually the bigger problem, that's for sure. So maybe I don't want to use the Cult Master here. I could use the Defender, make these 3/3s. Still dies, though, to that guy.
What to do?
Nuts. I'd love to play both the Defender and the Cult Master. 1 mana short. Okay, let's think very carefully here. So Ironbeak Owl actually is a way to do it. Silence this. It's a bit spendthrift, though. If he has anything big come up. Let's see. Ironbeak Owl. Cult Master. Trade. But I only draw 1 card off of it. Ironbeak Owl, Defender of Argus. Trade. Still dies to that guy. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure what's correct here. Well, I think what I'm actually going to do is just play this. The reason being that this guy doesn't trade into it. It trades with that guy. There's no profit right now to killing my creatures, so we're just going to do the damage. And pass the turn. If he has a silence or a removal, I'm in serious trouble. Because if this guy's not here and I didn't draw cards from the Cult Master or pump up guys with the Defender last turn, I'm in trouble. But I felt like I was struggling already in that situation, so I'm just going to go for it that he doesn't have the removal. Risky, very risky, because priests do have 2 silence, class-specific silence cards, plus the neutral silence cards, plus he's got, you know, the potential just for removal.
You love my new recipe.
Alright, so that's pretty cool. Swapping the health there allows him to trade his weaker guy in. And he can also heal this guy afterwards, preventing me from killing that thing rather tragically. Well, I can facelessly manipulate it, and then I'm again 1 mana short of what I really want to do, which is either play the Argus or the Cult Master. Grrr! Oh, man alive. Okay, so let's see. What can I do to deal 4 damage there? The answer is, well, Frostbolt, that's 5 mana, again 1 mana short, and then this guy. So, I don't see any particular reason to do that. The question is, do I want to play the Cult Master? It basically just draws me a card. And what do I do with the rest of my 4 mana? Frostbolt the Adventurer?
I wonder.
And then have the Cult Master die down here? Ugh. There's just no good options. I think I'm going to put the big creature on the board. Let's do that. Let's do this while I have the chance. I'm not going to try to, you know, wait for a Cult Master or anything. I'm just going to basically equalize the board. This is an important lesson, by the way. You know, you have these cool things like Cult Masters or whatever, but you can't just always wait for the combo, because sometimes you will just lose the game trying to wait for the perfect moment. Oh, shit. Anything that he gets is going to be really good here. That's really tragic. Hoping, of course, for the Owl or the Panther, but oh man, if he gets either of these. Alright, he stole my Cult Master, so he gets to draw a card off of this trade. I guess all things considered, it could have been worse, especially since he didn't have anything else to do. Alright, so there's that. This guy is not very good right now because the Cult Master trades against it. Although nothing is really good right now, I guess. I needed mana on my previous turns, and then on this turn it's like, I don't even care about mana. So I could silence the Cult Master, stop him drawing from drawing more cards, but honestly I'm not that scared. The weird thing is, there's nothing I really want to put on the board right now. Oh, God. Okay, I could do this and the Defender, which would still make him die to the Cult Master. Alright. Yeah, nothing of mine survives against this 4 power, which is so frustrating. Okay. What's the least bad of my options?
I wonder.
Flooding the board, I guess. Perhaps if I do this and this, we can just trade Cult Masters. And I will, ping it to give him an extra incentive to trade Cult Masters, because he knows that I will kill this Cult Master next turn. Unless, of course, he uses his hero power to kill it, which is a fair possibility. These are very weak cards at this point in the game, and I was 1 mana short every single turn until when I had enough mana, I had nothing good to do it with, of course. Alright, so I'd say my opponent definitely has the advantage here, but whatever. We got the 7 wins. It's all good, baby. It's all good. Alright, he's weighing his options, so I guess he doesn't have any, like, blockbuster plays. What am I doing on my next turn? Honestly, I have no clue.
I must consider.
Hopefully, Defender of Argus and using the Panther to trade with something big. Like that guy. Oh, that's a really good answer to... Oh, that's a really good answer. Okay, that was good. And I can't use my hero ability on both of them. If I kill this guy, of course the Cult Master draws a card, which I don't want. Bleh! Bleh. That's a very good card. Well, at least Defender of Argus will let me trade. So I'm happy about that, I suppose. That's pretty good, but I have more important things to do. Namely, this. Namely,
My
this.
shield for Argus.
Namely, this. And this. Oh my god! I was a little bit carried away there. I just let my opponent draw an extra card for absolutely no reason. Whew, that was a bad misplay. Well, you know, it was a good learning moment. Always kill Cult Masters first. Now, what is going on here? Well, I have a board presence, but actually he has 6 cards on the screen. And his hero power is very good here, letting him heal this guy back up. So if this Boulder Fist Ogre is answered, or if he plays something that's worth 10 mana, then I'm going to be behind, because I've got pretty marginal stuff here. I can hero power my Worgen and deal 10 damage. Or not, because everything just got silenced. He has drawn 4 more cards than I have this game. One of which was my fault.
Truth is my
Sunwalker. Alright. That's pretty bad. So he's doing a smart job here. He's making me choose between pinging the shield off the Sunwalker or finishing this guy off. Now I think the correct answer actually is, yeah, I don't want a 2-for-1. That's for sure. Could I use this thing to do something fancy? Nope.
I wonder.
Let's see, 5 plus 3 is 8. So if I brought this guy back, I could ping off the guy. Oh no, what am I talking about? I have a silence here. Duh. Alright, this is a good use for silence, I think. Okay, that's good. Now I don't want a 2-for-1, so let's just attack him. Exactly. Play this Ogre. So it's kind of neat that I've got this guy. This is another good illustration why you shouldn't be afraid of these Brewmasters. I have so many options. I can bring back my Argus and make things bigger and have taunt. I can bring back my Owl and silence something if it needs to be silenced. And I get a 5/4 on the board for just 4 mana, which is a bargain. So, very, very, very strong card.
One shot.
Elven Archer to kill my Owl stops me from doing any silence shenanigans in the future. That's fine. Faceless Manipulator. Okay, that's good. So this is what I mean. Usually, Faceless Manipulator is strong because most creatures are an answer to themselves. And he's gonna kill himself. Alright, well now he's definitely... Oh no, he's killing the Sunwalker. Alright, now he's definitely in the lead. Spellbreaker, there's nothing worth spell breaking here. Okay, lots of options here. I can kill off his Ogre, but then I can't kill this guy off. I'm 1 damage short.
I wonder.
Kill off his Ogre. Panda my Ogre back into my hand and bring the Ogre back down. I think that's what I have to... No. Well, yes, I have enough mana for that. I think that seems like the best play, because it just
I'll put it on your
leaves me with the strongest thing. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I didn't count my mana right, so I can't play the Ogre back right away, but I can bring him back next turn. For now, let's just do this. And yeah, let's play this guy just to have stuff on the board, I think. Oh, how important is that? That's not really that important. I'm gonna save it. So we're equal board presence. He has an extra card that he shouldn't have because I messed up. And he's at the initiative. Shadow Madness. Ew, that could have been... it is actually really bad. So now he kills my dude, and he gets that, so he's left 4, and another... God, he got a lot of Yetis in this deck. Lord. Alright. So he healed. He's gonna attack me. I'm actually getting quite down here. I'm going down to 7 health next turn. That is not what I need in my life. Pinging his creatures doesn't give me any benefit. So I might as well do this. And this.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Ah, man. Notice how he only has 2 cards. That extra card I gave him with the Cult Master is probably the reason I'm going to lose this game. So now he heals, which is good for him, and as we're trying to race each other down. Okay, this is like the 4th Chillwind Yeti. Good God. And I really wish I'd put this guy on the board now so I could actually kill 2 things next turn. Oh my gosh, holding him back probably cost me the game. Lots of things cost me the game. Well, this gives me a chance to survive. I have to use it here, obviously. Let's go ahead, they're all the same. Let's just kill the one that, if he pops it back to his hand, would let him do something good. It's possible that actually, pandaing back this guy might have been greedy. It might have been better to keep him on the board and let him trade as a 6/1 against something puny. Well, now, all else being equal, I get to trade my things off, but he has 2 cards in his hand. And he played a Taunter. And he's gonna heal. Okay. Very well, very well. So basically he's gonna have a 4/4 up on me this turn. Oh, minions lose Divine Shield. Well, it's too late for that. So yeah, this is the way to go. We're gonna do this. I actually get burned quite a bit. Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna trade off the one that has more health on it. Play this to just put it on the board. Yeah, so he spent all of his cards. There is like, you know, he would have done one less thing had I not messed up with the Cult Master. I'm dead in 2 turns. I can't heal myself. All he has to do is just hit me with the Yeti twice, and he's too far away for me to kill. So, well, it's not so bad because I can trade off. Unless, of course, he removes my creature and I don't top deck an answer. Alright, so losing to a priest who doesn't have Shadow Form. Very impressive. He played a good game. Those Chillwind Yetis were money for him. I don't know why he healed this guy, considering we're about to trade anyway. Flame Strike is an intriguing possibility. He's never going to have more than 1 creature on the board. I'm just going to Flame Strike. Keep my minion alive. I mean, I basically just have to hope that he top decks nothing but garbage. His hero power heals 2 and mine only deals 1, so I'm like, if we're using our hero powers at each other, he actually gains life in the long run, which makes it difficult for me to win. And he also has a 2-card advantage on me, and it's his turn. So I would have to top deck amazingly well in order to win. In fact, I don't think I have anything more in this deck with Taunt, so it's just really unlikely that I'm going to be able to pull this one out. I don't think... I've used Fireball, I'm pretty sure. I've used Lord of the Arena. I think I've used my Stealth guy. Yeah, I don't know what I have in here that could really make the difference. Alright. He's going to heal himself. I do have to kill this thing. I can't let it hit me. That's too much. Wild Pyromancer is actually really good to see here. It's just 3 damage that I deal every turn. Seems to be this card is... I don't know what it could be, but it's something that's not good. It might be that he's holding out on a Holy Nova, which he'll play right now, if that's the case. Alright, that's it. Maybe I was a little bit eager playing that dude. Holy Smite for the win. Alright, well played. If I hadn't given him a card through the Cult Master, I would have had 1 extra turn to do stuff. But with Holy Nova and Holy Smite, I was finished. Alright, very nicely played, Edward. Good to play a strong priest deck. Always happy to see priests doing well. Let's see how much money I can win. So I believe the way it works if you get 7 wins is 1 of your prizes is a pack, 2 of your prizes are 75 gold each, and then 2 other prizes are random. So I'm hoping that my 2 random prizes are both gold. 75, 50. Ooh, I won 50 gold in this arena at least. And 5 dust. Hey, 50 gold profit off of 7 wins. That's like more than I've had off of 9 wins. Alright, well thank you so much for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed that installment of the arena. That extra win that I got against whoever it was I played at 6 wins gave me a huge increase to prize winning, so I'm feeling really, really happy. Here's a Doomsayer, which I suppose would fit in some wacky control deck. Here's that MVP Blood Knight. Shadow Step is solid for rogues. This is a terrible card. And, okay. So I've got interesting cards. If you did enjoy this video, please like and or subscribe to my channel. And if you wish, you can also check me out on Twitch. I'll be happy to see you next time for some more Hearthstone Arena action. See you then.